All right, one thing me want to say, me don't know how Caribbean people who move up to Canada, me don't know how them ever really get used to it. Me is a Northern Ontario gal.
Hello guys, welcome back again to the channel. So into today's video we are going to talk about how Jamaicans have quietly made a huge impact across the world. And remember that if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe. And also to my supporters and subscribers, I want to say that a very big thank you for the much support that you are showing me. And if you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and comment, like and share the video, because if you are going to comment and like this video, it is going to be recommended to a lot of people. So stay tuned until the end, then I'm going to come with a lot of comments later.
All right, one thing me want to say, me don't know how Caribbean people who move up to Canada, I don't know how them ever really get used to it. Me is a Northern Ontario gal. Me grow up in Northern Canada. Lots of sunshine and snow and cold. And me love winter sports, ski, skate, toboggan, all them something there. But now that me live at Jamaica for the last 6 years, 6 winters, me never been around for 6 winters. Me just love Jamaica so much. Me love that beautiful tropical heat and sunshine and all the fresh vegetables and fruits, and every tree have something, and it's like, wow. Me grow up all my life without that, so me never know what me I miss. But now that me know something different, me really, really miss it. So big up yourself, all Caribbean people who live at Canada, and you adapt and you change and you not go back. It's all right, but me going back. Me not spend no winter at Canada. All right, bless.
With me as a 27-year-old Jamaican girl who is the brand owner for the biggest authentic Jamaican seasoning brand in Canada. Now, if you want to support me, hit the follow button and check out our story on our page. It's Monday and it's a production day for us, which means I have to go to the facility to make our products. I made lunch and breakfast and headed to the kitchen. We arrived at the facility around 9 a.m. and I have my brother with me today as we have to produce our largest order we've ever received. We have partnered with a major local business and they ordered 1,250 units of our all-purpose seasoning for their company's holiday gifts to their employees. I feel so blessed and privileged that my brand has been considered for this opportunity, and I'm so happy to be making an impact within my community. If you have a company and you want to gift your employees for the holidays, please feel free to reach out to me at my website at cityeatca.com. I worked so hard today that I didn't even take my lunch until around 4 p.m. and I had to finish working around 4:30. Overall, it was a successful day, and with my brother helping today, we got so much work done. But can you guess how many products we made out of our goal? I'm so blessed to be able to hire my family to help me, and I want you to know when you support me, you are not only supporting me, but you are supporting my family and many others. Thank you.
Oh, trouble them. Me no know how them vex. Buy a one shoes, them get upset. Buy a box food, I eat and belch. Them vex. Oh, trouble them. We are farm workers. Aye, farm workers. Here's how we work. See the factory here? Let me let you know in. And it's not Jamaicans alone work here. We have Mexicans work here, Guatemalans, even Canadians. Big up on yourself. Enough love all the way. See it there? We're gone in now. Yes. One nation. You know, so we late.
If I can't make it in America, I'm going to Dubai to run taxi. I'm going. Mohammed, come. Salam, this is the taxi. Come. Where from you? You're from Egypt. Assalamu alaikum. Come. This is the taxi. Come. Where from you? You're from Iraq. Haid Mubarak. Come in the taxi. You say Baba Mali, Jamaica. Come. Where from you? You're from Trinidad. You have the rum. Come. Salaam alaikum. You're Rahim and Shimin one. Don't come if Rahim and Shimin one don't come. I pull the pin if you come. I pulled up in the phone. Assalamu alaikum. This is the taxi. Come. My name is Wahid. Salam. Welcome to Dubai. Haram. Salam. Where from you? No, don't come. Don't come here. Don't come here. If you come Philippines. Where from you? Hey? I run taxi about a week. Where are you going? Where are you going from you? You're from here in a taxi. Come. You're coming in America. Where are you from? مرحبا كيف حالك؟ أنا بكثير من أنت؟ تهب قليلا. هاي مبارك. منا سيدون America and so far.
When I walk into a boardroom with millionaires, they notice everything. The hair, the outfit, the bag, and in those first 3 seconds, they decide if I'm someone they should take seriously. I don't get a second chance to make a first impression, so I make sure the first one counts. Here's what women need to understand. Your appearance is not about being pretty. It's about being taken seriously. A polished woman gets treated differently than a sloppy one. That's not fair, but it's real. So if you're showing up to opportunities looking like you don't care, don't be surprised when they don't care about you. Invest in yourself, your hair, your skin, your wardrobe, your presence, because the woman who looks like she belongs in the room is the woman who gets invited back.
Like it or not, the Jamaican culture is the most vibrant culture here in Canada. Like it or not, the Jamaican culture is the most vibrant culture here in Canada.
When I walk into a boardroom with millionaires, they notice everything. The hair, the outfit, the bag, and in those first 3 seconds, they decide if I'm someone they should take seriously.
Hey, Jesus Christ, move, run, hey, hey, Jesus Christ, yo, mama, the man dropped the rocket, yo, monster, yo, you see that channel? Yo, man dropping it, look about it, take him away now. Jesus Christ, hey, Rockstar, can't run, man.
Like it or not, the Jamaican culture is the most vibrant culture here in Canada. Like it or not, the Jamaican culture is the most vibrant culture here in Canada. The Jamaican culture is what lights up Canada, especially in the summertime. The Jamaican culture brings life to Canada, especially into the summertime. In Ontario, in the GTA, the Toronto, the Mississauga, the Brampton, the Pickering, the Scarborough, all of those areas. The Jamaican culture bring a different experience. The food. Zane, trust me, without the Jamaican culture, Canada is this big boring country. We not even touch in Montreal in the summer. How the Jamaican experience light up Montreal. Alberta, in Edmonton, Calgary. These major cities, the Jamaican culture is what.
Good afternoon again, guys. I'm doing 2 videos for today. If y'all have any questions, you can reach in my DMs, and if you give me permission, I will reach out to, general questions that somebody else could probably help with, which you want to remain anonymous, right? This person asked me about Cayman Islands. I did not work in the Cayman Islands. I worked in the Turks and Caicos Islands. But if I'm reaching out, so if there's anybody who's a nurse in the Cayman Islands now, or a nurse in the Cayman Islands before, and you wish to share your experiences, you can share it under this video. I can share my experience about Turks and Caicos Islands. What I will say is that it's a beautiful island. You can't compare Turks and Caicos though with Jamaica. Islanders, I think Cayman also calls themselves islanders, are very much more territorial than Jamaicans are. I feel like Jamaicans are a little bit more open to people coming into the country and working. I know for me, Turks Islanders, they have to warm up to you to make your experience a good one. You have to be pleasant, you have to be very flexible, and you have to understand that you're not really that important in their country. And some of them will let you know, and because everybody knows everybody who knows everybody, things that you may say or do may get back to the wrong people and you could lose your job. Also, I don't know how it works in the Cayman Islands. I know I was on a contract. Yes, I was still offered certain privileges as staff, but it's a contract that could be canceled. So you got to take that into consideration. It's canceled, you got to go back home. But if there's anybody who's had experience in the Cayman Islands, not only in nursing, you can do any profession. This video is for you to just let my follower know what it's like over there in Cayman. Bye guys.
Hi everyone, I am Nurse Betty. I am from Portmore in Jamaica, and I am currently a diabetes specialist nurse in London, UK. The inspiration for becoming a nurse actually came from my family. My dad, he had type 2 diabetes, and even before I even started nursing school, I was helping him with his medications and all of that. I just decided maybe I could do this professionally, so I eventually went to the University of Technology, Jamaica, and I did my studies as a Bachelor of Science as a nurse. I made a lot of sacrifices. I basically had to pack my life in a suitcase, leave my family, my friends, all my loved ones behind, and I came here so that I could better myself. It has all paid off, mostly because I'm able to specialize in diabetes, which this opportunity wasn't available in Jamaica, but I would probably do it again if given the chance. Supporting my family back home, it was actually quite easy because growing up and in nursing school, I've always been supported by my family. So the moment I started working, I started putting things in place so that I could in turn provide my support back to my family in Jamaica. The most rewarding thing about being a nurse is just being able to meet different people, strange to say. In London especially, I can meet patients from different areas of the world and be able to provide specific care in diabetes to their needs. It's a reward that I can't get anywhere else. So it's very self-fulfilling, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. One thing that really keeps pushing me, and one of the reasons why I haven't packed up my bags and go home as yet, is the fact that I'm able to get all of this knowledge here in the UK on diabetes, things that I know is not available at home. So I try to use my platform, my channel, to share the knowledge in diabetes that I have with people back home. Diabetes is a very common illness, and sad to say we don't have as much individuals in that specialty to provide that care in Jamaica. So I'm just taking what I can, sharing what I can back home so that everyone can benefit.
Jamaicans in Canada, I want to talk to you because even before I moved here in 2017, I've always heard avoid Jamaicans are foreign, them no good, them cannot come together. And yes, I've moved here, I've lived here, and I have seen how this can definitely be the narrative that is out there. And while it is not true in every case, it is definitely true in more cases than I would like, and that is why it is a problem. I have seen persons from other backgrounds come to this country, and they are able to come together and really become a force in business, in real estate, in so many different areas. And we as Jamaicans, we're brilliant, we're some of the most creative people. We're not able to show up with that level of dominance, able to take up this much space where it makes a difference. I think we're doing something wrong, but the problem is I don't know how to fix it. So that is why I'm here. I'm asking you, how do we fix this problem where we're having, where people are not coming together? There should not be a case where you're working at a place, you know that they're hiring, and you're scared to tell your brother and sister. And I don't mean related by blood, but you know what I mean. And yes, sometimes if you can tell people about the work and they can come give problems and all of that, not everybody is that malicious. We can't let things like that stop us from helping people, because that's one of the problems that's holding us back. Another thing, if you are aware of different immigration programs and you went through the process, you should be able to help somebody else. I remember helping someone to come overseas, and I said to him, I said, I'm going to help you to come here, but it's going to be your responsibility to help your brother or your sister, because that is the way that we are going to win. We cannot leave everything on one person to help the entire generation. The only way that we can move forward in a way that matters is if we are able to come together, because together we are stronger. But as I said, I don't have all the answers. So I am here and I'm asking you, what is it that we need to do? Is it that we need to have some annual coming together meeting or something? I don't know, but I would really love to see us show up in a way that matters, not just individually, because I know a lot of us are winning in our individual lives, but I don't want that to be the case. I want people from other races to look at us and say, look at the Jamaicans, look how them come together, look how them do this and look how them do that. Plus, I want Jamaicans themselves to look at each other and see that we have made a real difference. So let me know in the comment section down below, what is it that we need to do to make sure that 10 years down the line, other persons who would have come into the country are not hearing the same thing that I've been hearing even before I came to this country. I look forward to reading the comments, and I look forward to us taking action in a meaningful way. I'm not saying I'm going to be the captain for the ship, but I definitely want to be a part of the change, because maybe right now by not doing anything, I'm a part of the problem, and I don't want to be a part of the problem. I definitely want to be a part of the solution. And if that's something that you're interested in, let me know how we can really fix the problems that we're having right now, so we can show up as better versions of ourselves and as better versions of a whole race.
So guys, I'm in the beautiful island of the Cayman Islands, and you know I'm here always looking at agriculture, and I want to talk about this nice little backyard farming that I see here. Everybody push for food security, and Cayman have their own little style. So in this backyard, you'll see they have shade house growing peppers and kales. You see some lay operation going on here. But the one that brought me here and the attention that I want to showcase to you guys is this lovely goat house I see behind me. Very outstanding built, and I really want to show you guys what they're doing here in Cayman regarding, livestock production. So the focus today, guys, will be on this goat house and the whole operation behind of it, because I think every little island have their little unique flavor and style.
I hope you have seen that video, and you have seen the way a lot of people are highly recommending those people that are coming from Jamaica to go and travel to other people's country, whereby they have also influenced in the growing part of that country. So also, you know very well that Jamaica is one of the biggest countries in the Caribbean. It is the third largest country in the Caribbean. It is the country that has a pure greatness. It's the country that embraces unity. It's the country that embraces peace. That's the reason why you find most of the tourists, they usually travel from different parts of the country to go to Jamaica and explore. And also, Jamaica is a small island, but its influence reaches far beyond its size. When people think about Jamaica, many immediately think of music, beaches, or sports, but that's not the point. Because apart from also Jamaica having this music, in Jamaica they are #1 reggae makers, because it is the only country that plays the reggae music, and also it has a beach. We have seen a lot of people wanting to travel there to see the beach and also to enjoy some of the life that people usually enjoy at the beach. And also you have seen they are very creative and talented in sports. We have this sprinter like Usain Bolt. He comes from Jamaica, but that is not the point. The bigger story is now here. Across different countries, Jamaica have built careers, businesses, communities, and have become part of shaping entire society. We find a lot of Jamaicans people, they have been moving from their country and also to go and build businesses in other people's country. Let us start with Canada. Cities like Toronto have strong Jamaican communities that are continuing to contribute to business, food, culture, and everyday's life. And you know very well the way Jamaican culture is very influential. Most people like Jamaican culture and also the Jamaican food. There's no way country you can go and miss Jamaican food. We have seen a number of tourists coming in different videos online telling us that they get into shock when they travel to different parts of the country and they find that these people are embracing Jamaican culture, whereby even they have taken the way this Jamaican food is being cooked. So you can see Jamaicans are really influencing a lot of our country. Many Jamaicans are moved with a dream of creating opportunities, and today, there are entrepreneurs, professionals, and community leaders making their mark. Then there is the United Kingdom. You know very well, in the UK, the relationship goes back a generation. Many Jamaicans and their families became part of rebuilding and helping shape modern Britain. Today, their influence can be seen in healthcare, media, businesses, public service, and many other areas because Jamaicans, when they decide like they are going to work, they will work. Those are people who are very determined in what they do. They are the people who are very hardworking in every sector they fit in. And if they travel and start business in other people's country, we have been seeing them becoming out very successful because they know how to do what we call management of a business. Now look at Cayman Island. Because of a geography and long connection, Jamaica have played a major role in sectors like construction, hospitality, and healthcare. Their work and contribution continue to support growth and development there. Another place that surprises many people is the United Arab Emirates. More Jamaicans are creating opportunities in places like Dubai and Abu Dhabi, entering competitive industries and proving that they can succeed globally. You know very well these Jamaican people, they travel to these nations, they make sure that they are doing the work that brought them there. And also you can see they go to an extent whereby they are bringing a competitive or competition. They are being competitive, and also bringing this what we call competition to those other entrepreneurs who have already invested in that area. And also you have seen they come out very successful. So what makes Jamaica succeed abroad? This is the question that most of the people can ask themselves. Why most of the Jamaicans are really succeeding abroad? Because you know, it is very difficult for a person to move from his country and go abroad and start investing a business, also creating a lot of competition, because there's no way you can come from your country and start creating competition. You may be somewhat afraid because most of the people are going to feel a jealousy about you because you are making it in life, but you can see these Jamaicans are at peace. And the question is, why are most of these Jamaicans they are becoming successful in the Jamaican? So I think one of the things that these Jamaicans have is what we call adaptability. Jamaicans are often known for finding solutions, adjusting quickly, and making opportunities out of difficult situations. That is the reason why you find most of these Jamaicans that they are becoming successful in any business they start in maybe other people's country. Another factor that makes them to become that much successful is confidence. They believe that if you believe in yourself, you can make a difference during interviews, business meetings, and the networking opportunities, because confidence is all that you need. Because if you're not confident, you cannot be able even to start a business. And of course, their culture. That is number 3 that makes them to become very successful. Jamaican music, food, language, and identity. They are recognized worldwide. That culture influence often creates what we call connection and opens doors for many Jamaicans who have decided to invest outside the country. Also, but the bigger lessons here is not only about Jamaica. It shows that your starting point does not define your ending point. You can come from a small place and still make a global impact. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think Jamaicans get enough credit for its influence around the world? So I want you to drop your comments down below. Then I'm going to read them. Otherwise, subscribe to the channel and I'll see you in the next one.